The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Hey everyone, welcome to Sunset City, a Sonic podcast for the modern and classic age. And as you can tell, everything is on fire. It is all scuffed as shit. Trey is dying.
I'm glad to be here.
So
Hopefully, I was hoping it would be under different circumstances, but
I guess we'll do this one by one. So with me is somebody who's wishing he was dead again, Wayne.
Oh, you started with wishing they were dead again, and I was like, that could be literally any of us right now.
Wait, hold on. We were all been dead before?
Wayne's been dead before, at least.
Oh, you're right. I am the other one that's been dead here.
And
far.
We also have the wonderful artist behind our current visage right now, Channel Pup.
Hello.
And finally, we have someone who's not even really happy to be here anymore. Hi, Nick. And I don't have to introduce Trey at this point because Trey laughed his way into the introduction. So how's it going, Trey?
it's going great. It's going. I didn't know that this was going to be how it went, but I'm glad to be here. Regardless, like it truly is an honor.
I was.
If you listen to these episodes, you would have expected this. I've been expecting this.
Yeah, but that's just.
I was up last night. I was building assets for the show and everything. I even put you in a jar, and all of it went out the window.
Yeah, I'm digging the item monitor though.
So this is all thanks to Discord because they're basically having an outage right now. So we're just going to do this episode before we sue them for the potential profits that previous stream would have made.
There you go. Perfect.
You know what would have been funny if Pup, if you just like got like the grab tool from Paint and just wiggled us as we were talking.
Oh, that's on Cirrus, and he's going to have to select us first before he can do any of that.
I can wiggle this jar of Trey when he speaks now. That's as much as you're getting out of me.
He's our My Little Pony figure.
Hello there, I'm Trey. I make music.
It's awful humid in this jar, guys.
It's not as pleasant as you'd think.
What's this liquid that's coming in the top?
Oh God!
I love that anybody who's listening to this later, like on audio files, they're like, "What the hell are they talking about? What is happening?"
They have no idea.
So
that's really fun.
Basically, but those of you who normally watch our episodes know what the aesthetic of an episode is supposed to look like, how it's supposed to sound like. You kind of know what you're getting when you hop in. All of that went out the window today because of a myriad of technical issues that were outside of our control. Because, well, God hates us.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
What?
Oh my God!
Your God?
No, the White Wisp item boxes are just alien cummies. That's all they are.
No, stop!
Stop!
It's an alien spoof jar. It's all they are.
God is
the White Wisps are the
God
ones
is
that
fueled by
aren't born yet.
alien cummy wummies.
God has abandoned us.
I am so sorry that any of you tuned into this podcast today.
We should probably put some air holes in that jar for Trey. I think he's dead.
Yeah.
Right, get another tombstone. Let's do this again.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, Trey's looking a little chunky.
I wonder if anyone over here is like in the chat, just like, where's Sonic the Hedgehog? Where is he?
So, all right, guys.
There is no light at the end of this tunnel.
So if you guys,
thanks, Chow Mix, good to have you, bro.
If you guys were listening in to the original broadcast of this, the whole plan was to trade our normal Sunset City opening and its music for the music from Trey Nobles, and he has a wonderful remix of Mystic Cave Zone as well as other remixes on his channel. And when he did his cover of that, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Can we use this for the opening? And then we did it for the opening, and there were a few people in chat who were like, wow, no, this actually sounds really good. And it was all gonna be like, hey guys, if you liked that music, maybe you should go check out Trey Nobles' channel because he is our guest today and he is the one who made the music that you've been listening to. And then of course all that went out the window.
So yeah, let's just get into it. We'll send people over to Trey's way as they get to know him, because this man is one of the most pleasant human beings in the Sonic community. And
you're too sweet, dude.
Certainly deserves. I mean, you work with so many prominent people, and it's criminal that you have less than 1,000 subscribers on your channel. It makes zero sense to me. You've done so much. You worked with so many prominent people, like literally, like voice actors, like all these motherfuckers in like that Sega has paid to bring their characters to life. And like, what is happening? It doesn't make any sense.
I feel like the biggest thing, and I'll answer this, I work with a good bit of people, and all of my time is set to working with those people, so I don't have time to build my own audience, I feel. And I think that's where the crux of like people are like, oh, well, I could probably hear his stuff elsewhere. I don't need to subscribe to his channel. I don't know if that's like a mindset that anyone's had, but that's like, I don't know, something that I can imagine happening is that I don't update myself frequently because I'm doing stuff for other people a lot of the times. So I don't know. Maybe that's it.
No. Well, we'll send people over your way. But yeah, I mean, I figured we should at least chat with you about some of the crazy projects you are currently working on. Because I know you are premiering a new cover later today on your channel.
Yes, that's correct. It's the Hydro City cover, and that's how you pronounce it. And I won't elaborate further. I will not elaborate further.
Okay?
I too am looking forward to your cover of Hydrockety Zone.
You know what? I'm just done with you now. All right. I was trying to be nice. I gave it a whole 2 minutes straight. I can't do it any further. You're dead.
I'm very stoked though for your Hydrocity Zone cover. So yeah.
I do think the Hodo Cry soundtrack is really good.
The Hydro
It
Titty.
behooves me.
The Hydro Titty.
Yeah.
No, that's a Cirrus cover.
We'll put a link to that premiere in the chat as well. I will deal with that.
Oy, oy, oy.
Hydrocity was the cum jar the whole time.
Maybe
There
the
we go,
real
I
cum
spammed
jar
it.
was the friends we made along the way.
Did I
was gonna
really?
say the same.
Did I really just get timed out by my own channel?
Looks like
Oh
you
my
did.
God.
Oh, that is
So-
terrible.
Oh God. Okay.
I fixed.
So
I change account. I fixed.
Okay.
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 All right. So back to all right, Trey. So you want to tell us about a very interesting project you're currently working on? Sonic and Tails are.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm not as prominent in that project as like other people, but I am a part of like mainly some like additional composition as well as like the acoustic thing that you hear at the end. That's also me, which that melody was written by Joshua, who with Unknown, who wrote the main theme. Yeah, it's been incredible. Like not gonna lie, it's so kind of crazy writing music for these legacy voice actors and hearing like what I made in like my bedroom, essentially, like be broadcast and for fans of like the adventure era, dark age era, and well, practically any era can like enjoy and whatnot. It's really insane for sure.
I mean, tell people what it is.
Oh, Sonic and Tails are it's a radio show. It premieres on Emmy Jones, the Emmy channel, and essentially it's a radio show that broadcast or like we bring back a lot of legacy voice actors. So like Ryan Drummond, Jason Griffith, and just like a slew of other people. And we essentially just wanted to create a story that felt like a continuation of that era of the franchise. And it's been incredible. It is a radio show. It isn't animated. We get that question all the time and that complaint, I guess you could say. It's like, why isn't it animated? But it's a radio show. It's completely audio. And I may be a little bit biased, but it's really cool. I recommend everyone checking it out.
Hang on, is the R for radio?
Yes, it is.
So it's not that it's R-rated.
No,
then. Never mind.
It's
Damn, I was disappointed. So no damn fourth Chaos
It's
Emerald
not
then.
Sonic and Tails in the jar. It's Sonic and Tails are.
Hey,
No,
Jamal!
Jamal!
Yes!
It's our pal
Yes.
Jamal, and he's back again with the shipping and a $2 super chat. Also, just one thing I think we forgot to also mention is I want to thank all the subscribers. We've just hit the milestone of 2,420 subscribers, and
Let's go.
I frankly, yeah, exactly.
Haha, funny weed number.
Man, we're blazing through these.
Oh,
We got to
off,
do a
Wayne.
Blaze special. I'm sorry. Like when we get to if we get to 4,000.2 subscribers, we're going to do a video all about Blaze. We got to.
We're
I'm
at
still,
420,
like-
blaze it, motherfuckers.
See, I'm trying
Then
to.
we just do nothing.
I'm trying to
Siskonic's
get.
here too. What's up, dude?
Hey, Siskonic.
Yo, what's up, dude?
Tell
And
Tom
Bob, of
Topics
course,
is a
Bob.
dickhead. Nah, he also knows Tom Topics.
Fair enough. Oh man, that's good stuff. Oh my god, Trey, why do you music? Why music? Why do you strum? the
Why not
beats?
karate? Why not
not?
cooking?
Why
Why not doctor? Why are you not doctor?
Why not?
Why
not Glassblow?
What are feelings? What are feelings like?
What is the meaning of life?
Trey.
Yes.
Trey.
Tell me these things, Trey.
What detergent do you use, Trey?
Trey. Why do you not wash? Why are you not taking Tubby's jar?
How do I please my girlfriend?
I'm not taking any of you to Candy Mountain, all right? Y'all can get out of here.
But Trey, the real important question, ass or tits?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Dick or balls, Trey?
That's also a good question. Holy crap.
No,
penis and also dick and balls.
If you want a real answer, like ass.
We didn't. Now I'm uncomfortable.
We didn't know. That was a rhetorical question.
Why did I come back to life?
Why are we bullying him? We didn't bully Mark. Come on.
Jamal, congrats on 2.42 subscribers, guys.
Thank you, Jamal.
Thank you so much.
We love you, Jamal.
Jamal's the man, dude. He really is. Okay. Well, let's now, Trey, now that we have you here, we might as well ask you, because we're a nightmare show that is a gargantuan mess. But since this is a Sonic show, what's your connection with the franchise? Like, where did you start with it? How does it speak to you? All that other basic bullshit.
Right. Yeah. All stuff that doesn't matter. But no. I remember playing Sonic 2. Sonic 2 was my first video game I ever played, actually. Right next to Bubsy of all games. And I didn't really think anything of it. It was just at a family friend's house. I found it fun, but it didn't like grab me. And I think it was whenever I was 6 years old. I was at a youth group, and they had like just a CRT with a Dreamcast and the Dreamcast demo disc, and it had Sonic Adventure on it. And I remember just like watching the intro to Sonic Adventure for like constantly, as well as like playing through Emerald Coast and all that stuff. And I think that's when I was like, yeah, this is cool. I want to follow this, like I like the aesthetic, the music. But no, like I think like Sonic Adventure, like that's kind of like, I guess, the gateway drug into the franchise for me was that game. And I've followed it ever since through all the ups and downs and all arounds. And
sorry,
we're the
just
worst
a quick question. Yeah. Cyrus, can you fix this description?
Can I fix the description of what?
Shout out to Yara Koro for our new stream opening. Affiliate links.
Why did it pull my stuff from my channel in?
All right, whoever this affiliate is better be paying us money. Have them pay Trey money.
Maybe it might be a good idea not to say who my affiliate is.
Let's play Raid Shadow Legends.
No,
ask Trey a question.
Before we do anything else, though, it's probably a good idea to point out that apparently Zoom is now messing up as well, because it's not taking into account the Pro license that I pay monthly for. But on the bright side, Discord seems to be up again. So
Sunset City has many, many skyscrapers. I might just throw myself off of one.
So
it's fine as long as people can hear us for right now. That's all that matters.
Well, no,
it's ending in like 10 minutes.
They won't be able to, Nick. That's the problem.
Like in 10 minutes, like literally.
Literally, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna boot us out of the Zoom call.
Are you kidding?
So here's the thing, but it does seem the Discord. Everybody, check your Discord, see if it's back up, and if it is, we'll hop in there, and everything should theoretically work.
I've got the joint call button right here. I can get back into that whenever.
I should be able to just.
Okay, so Skype.
So nobody
next?
will have to leave the YouTube.
No, nobody will have to leave anything.
Okay.
Apparently, it's a little better now. I don't know though.
Okay. So
Discord responded to Epic Games saying very epic with many fire emojis. That's
I'm glad they have their priorities in check.
That's in response to the mega deals at Epic Games Store. This week's mega deal: 3 months of free Discord Nitro for the first time Nitro users.
I don't give a heck about their mega deals. I give a heck.
I just want to know, when is Discord back up?
It seems to be back up right
Discord's
now.
back up for me.
Just log in.
Discord's back up.
I don't know. I'm a little scared.
Just log the fuck back in, you dumb dog.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little apprehensive.
I understand. It's okay. We're here for you. All of us
are
here
I'm
for
anxious.
you.
I'm anxious.
I swear to God, log into Discord or I'm going to
I'm doing it! I'm literally doing it! Okay.
I feel like I'm like that kid from the neighborhood that just walked in on parents fighting.
I'm in.
Why are mom and daddy fighting?
Gonna pull out that shotgun. I've had it right over here just for this.
Trey, you want to join us in Discord?
Yes,
Yeah, Wayne, hop in Discord.
Why are
as
mommy
well.
and daddy fighting?
Oh God! Oh no!
Please,
Voices.
Hello, everyone.
This is incredible. Like we've had a full-on migration.
We have.
Where is
we've
Trey?
managed. We've
I
managed
don't
to.
know. Are we back up on YouTube right
we
now?
haven't.
Sirs?
Nothing's changed on YouTube. Everybody can hear us on here. As soon as
Uh-oh.
Trey hops in here.
Cirrus,
Cirrus?
please. Cirrus,
For
please.
God's sake, Cirrus.
What?
Cirrus.
Okay. Goddamn. Hold on.
I
Oh,
feel so
no.
bad for Trey. I feel mortified.
Okay, you
Hang
guys
on,
should be able to
let's-
hear me now. There we go.
we
Everything
can hear
everything
you.
was working. The stream was able to hear me because all my devices have been consistent over there. No, hopping.
We have a problem. Wayne needs
Wayne
Wayne
to
is
unmute.
muted.
Wayne, unmute your mic.
Wayne.
I forgot.
Absolute.
I
you
forgot.
Absolute wanker.
I was eating
What's
a mini
going on?
donut. Leave me alone.
Let's get this show done. All my energy left the hour we were waiting to get on here, man. Let's.
I hate the fact
This
that
is
this
great.
got so scuffed because this is like it literally Discord went down the minute we went live and ruined everything.
It did.
Yeah.
It's fine. Well, I'll tell you what, we still have
Okay.
86 people here with us right now. Let's give them a good show.
Okay, so
And we
we've
got some.
a $2 super chat from Mr. PJ. Oh, we're getting all the super chats because we ran out of budget and we really need to recoup the losses. Mr. PJ sends $2. Says this is the most calm, sensible, cohesive podcaster. Super chat experience says, "Holy crap! It's Trey Nobles."
It is.
And they have a
Hey.
they have a Metroid avatar,
job.
so we already know they have good taste.
Yes,
He's
I
in
love
the
it when
process.
Metroid
Cool.
attacks the space pirates.
This is the first podcast I've watched of you guys. Edward, it's not that different from normal podcasts from us. Don't worry about it.
No, don't stop it. You're really bad for business. Has anyone told you that, Nick?
It's fine.
We are normally
Don't worry about it.
infinitely more consistent and not as scuffed as this.
Infinitely, like that character from Sonic Forces.
Look,
that game
The
we all like to talk
podcast is
about.
not weak.
Trey, what do you think of Sonic Forces? What do you think about that game?
That's what the point of the mask is, you know?
Oh God, no! You can dream of better jokes.
Sonic Forces. I don't like it, but I feel like it is a tad overhated, but I don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
I've said it 1,000 times. Like, it doesn't deserve as much hate as it gets, but like, back of my mind, Nick, do you want it again?
No.
No. No.
Yeah, I've got
Never.
a similar feeling myself. I've got 1,001 bad things to say about it, but I still don't think it's that bad.
It does beg the question, though, Trey. I am curious. Is there a Sonic game that you would want them to do again? Like, 'cause for all intents and purposes, Mania was doing like a Sonic 3 and Knuckles again, like trying to go as far as they could with that other formula.
Right.
What Sonic games would you like them to revisit the formula for?
I mean, my mind goes straight to adventure formula. I feel like there's still a lot.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of potential that has yet to be discovered, even in the older games with that playstyle. I feel, and it's just a lot more rewarding. And that might be my bias because, like, again, I've played it since I was like 6 years old. But like, I feel like if it was my choice, I would try to do like a Sonic Adventure, like the Mania, like do a Mania style for Sonic Adventure, essentially.
Oh, Trey. You're not biased. You're correct.
You're one of the correct fans.
I mean, what does that even look like, though?
That man agree with my opinion. He correct.
So, like, when you say like Mania style, do you mean like a compilation of old levels?
Not necessarily, just like having like a talented team that knows like what they're doing with that playstyle, like Christian Whitehead and Stealth and all of them, how they knew the classic formula like the back of their hand, bringing in some new talent to revitalize that playstyle from fans who know how those physics work, essentially.
Mhm.
I would say if it's not a fan thing, get Toys for Bob to do it. Because like they did a really nice job, like illustrating that they understand like the roots of things like Spyro and Crash, and those are difficult gameplay styles to get right, if you get me. So I feel like
Right.
they would be a good pick for a Sonic Adventure remake project, or a Sonic Adventure Mania, or Sonic Adventure 3. Because yeah, like they know what they're doing when it comes to revisiting old styles that are from bygone eras.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said
no, I
it
agree.
yesterday on my stream. Like, I don't even have a developer, like a top set of developers I want to play or do a Sonic game, but like give me a good one because it doesn't matter. Like the Sonic, it's not that hard of a formula to crack anymore. And I think as long as you get a competent team behind it, they'll figure it out. Because Sonic Team isn't that. It is just a shadow government.
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah, that's no mystery to anybody though. Like we've heard all the stories. Like everyone reads the credits. Like yeah, it's not a consistent team, and it hasn't been for a long time, and that shows in their games.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks because like one of the best things about having a consistent team is they're able to build off of what what they did previously. But when you have an inconsistent team, you're always going to get some variation on the formula, and there's always going to be some issues where you're just like, wow, they solved that in a previous game. Why is that not fixed now?
Yeah,
it's weird, and like there's a lot of like factors that go into like different engines and just like brand new members. I'm pretty sure, like we've said, Sonic Team is just name only. Like barely anyone that has worked with Sonic, like Sega over the past 10 years is on Sonic Team now, I feel. So
yeah, people latch onto the names all the time. I noticed that with like when they were why is my freaking gravestone when they were talking about Metroid Prime is getting Metroid Prime 4 is going back to Retro Studios, and I'm like, I mean, that's cool. It's going back to that name of the team, but most of those people are gone.
It's like the same issue with like when you try to get a remake of like Chrono Trigger and stuff. People are just like, yeah, but nobody who made those games is on a team anymore.
Right.
And I think we've seen that very recently, painfully reminded of all that. A development team is more than a name, and it's more than just one person. Look at what Yuji Naka managed to pull off with Balan Wonderworld, and we all know that there's some fuckery behind the scenes there, but at the same time, we also know that the team that worked on that game, not a very good one. And while Yuji Naka has shown himself to be a very competent programmer, his decision making as far as the director is concerned has time and again shown that he makes some really stupid calls. But he's also like enough of a veteran in the industry that you know something severely fucked up happened on Balan. But yeah, like look, the band split apart years ago, back when I was adoring the classic Genesis games. You can still see that DNA in Sonic Adventure, and a lot of us older fans will argue Adventure 2 is where like some jarring changes happen in terms of gameplay. But like which I know that's weird. Not here to do that again. But like my point is, without that entire, and a game is made by a team. And if that team's working in unison, like it's a miracle a video game comes out as good as they come out on any of them. And like, unfortunately, Sonic is not that. It's not the original team by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I know we have some veterans at this point, but like,
so basically, get ready for the Mania team's big comeback with no Christian Whitehead, no headcanon, none of those people, and it's just entirely like devs from like the Sonic Forces level design department.
No, please no. I'd rather not. If we have an option, I really want Sega to just look at their teams and go, okay, this is the team that produced something that was critically acclaimed and was great, and let's run with that for the projects they can do. And let's not just scrap the teams that make stuff that people aren't like the biggest fans of. Instead, can we please just take these teams and refine them? That would be...
Well, yeah, you're never going to give anyone a chance to grow in that kind of environment, like... Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Aozora said this podcast is honestly great to listen to. Thanks, man. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm a little more down on Sonic today than I was last week. I'm just
and
that goes to, I think that just goes to show like the state of the franchise in general. Like I can feel just about any kind of way depending on my mood. It's very fascinating, but I mean I'm back and forth. Like when it comes to Christian Whitehead, like we haven't heard anything from him for a while, and that makes me feel like, oh, that means we're getting something. But then I look at Sonic Origins. It's like, well, I mean, they're probably working on that. And
yeah, they probably were working on the Sonic and Knuckles,
or
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
That doesn't take 3 years, man. Like, there's that doesn't.
if they're rebuilding it from the ground up, it could.
And the legal battle may have.
Yeah.
Illegal.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be, but if that is the case, like if it takes that long to like wait for the legality to clear up, that's got nothing to do with Evening Star. Nothing to do
Well,
at all.
it actually may. Part of what I've noticed from a lot of from just the creative field is that you don't employ somebody, especially like artists, animators, and I assume a lot of programmers and stuff like that too, because there's a good number of them in the industry. A lot of what some larger companies will do is that they'll just filter through them and they'll have them on task for a certain project, and as soon as if that is a greenlit project that is determined as in active development, they are there, they are employed and everything like that. Once that's over, there's no promise that they're even going to still be employed after that.
That is the way
it's more contactual.
Yeah, that's well known. I'm just saying, like, if Sega had contracted them out to do anything, like, we wouldn't need to wait 3 years for Sonic 3 and Knuckles port, is all I'm saying. Like,
Sonic maybe been out for 3 years already?
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus,
I think,
nearly 4.
Nearly 4. Yeah.
A question that I think is relevant for Trey is, like, what would you say is, like, your favorite style of Sonic music?
Ooh, that's a good question. It is kind of crazy. Like, I feel like not just Sonic music, but video game music can be very good jump starts into genres. Like, it depends on the mood, because I have a soft spot for the Crush 40, kind of like, I guess, butt rock, quote unquote.
I had my fingers crossed for butt rock. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but it's good stuff. Like Azure Blue World, which is the Emerald Coast theme, is still like one of the best opening themes, bar none. Like, it's beautiful. It's mixed. It's kind of crazy how well the Sonic Adventure soundtrack holds up, considering that like most other soundtracks end up being dated, especially if they like lean too hard into like hard rock and stuff like that. I don't know. I kind of like the funk stuff of the classic era too. Like it all depends. It's all good. There's times where I'm like, you know what, the Sonic R soundtrack, that sounds like a good listen now. You know, like I guess it depends.
Can you feel the sunshine?
Say you were.
Yeah,
that's so weird. I don't like, and here's the thing. I'm of the age where like Sonic R, like I should be the most protective of that game compared to most other people in the franchise because I'm an ancient man. Right. But, like, I've had this conversation before. It was like, I didn't like the music back then. It was corny and stupid. And then I come back to the Sonic franchise, and like I'm seeing all the younger, cooler people like Chowmix and all them, and he's like, "Bro, like this soundtrack is
this
fire."
Fucking slaps.
Like, what the fuck happened?
This fucking slaps.
What happened?
I remember.
Oh,
sorry, Trey.
No. I was just gonna say, like, it's corny. I feel like that's part of the charm. Like, is that it's corny, and it also helps that the music, like the melodies, just like are very earwormy and stick in your head.
Like, I remember a time where creepypastas were made off of the Sonic R soundtrack because it was considered so universally bad. And I remember Screw Attack going on and on about how terrible the game and how terrible the soundtrack were. And like it was the butt of jokes for like a decade, and then just suddenly, magically, it just went away. And you know what? Honestly, I think I want to say that maybe a little bit could be attributed to like Liam Triforce a bit, because he's got a lot of like really good stuff on Sonic's music, especially the stuff where Sonic R is concerned.
I don't really quite agree with a lot of his opinions. It's a solid video though. He's an amazing content creator. It's a very comprehensive video. But we have a super chat. Yeah, from Jamal.
$2 super chat from our pal Jamal, who asks everybody, who's your favorite Sonic ship?
This boy's horny for some animal people. I gotta tell you what, Jamal always asks about.
He might be talking about actual ships, we need like on the water.
So yeah, definitely the Egg Fleet is.
I think the original egg carrier.
Yes,
my floating masterpiece, the egg carrier.
Where does the Death Egg land? As far as
the Death Egg's number one for me.
Is that a ship though?
I don't think that's a ship. Look,
it's a vessel.
It's not a ship. It's a fully operational battle station.
What about Egg Station? You know, that iconic location.
Because I call it a space station. I want to hang on here. I know there's got to be
a spaceship.
Wait, what about that? What about that
ship.
one cruise from Sonic X? Does that count?
And the pirate ship from Sonic Colors.
What about the whole fucking pirate level from Sonic and the Secret Rings? That's got ships in it. They're cool.
Oh, I would,
the haunted ship from Sonic Rush.
in rings?
Yeah.
Adventure, anyways. Sonic Adventure.
Sonic vs. Adventure. Yep.
Yeah, bro.
So
Very good.
I have another question that I think is very Trey-centric, right?
And
So-
also, we should probably
answer the actual
Jamal,
Let's
more
actually
seriously.
answer that question.
More seriously, Nick,
right.
Sally, obviously.
Nick
obviously the best
Sally.
one.
Yeah.
I'm part of the Sonic
Oh,
canon.
right.
Nick Sally.
Right.
Get that chipmunk action.
For me, it's Rouge and that one like gun lady.
Oh,
Topaz?
Topaz.
Sonic X.
It's Topaz.
Yeah. Them. Iconic.
Don't
lesbian
ask me how I,
couple.
just answered that really
I'm gonna
quick.
be honest. God damn it! I want to change.
You're safe.
I want to change my answer now. Damn it! I like Wayne's answer.
It's the best.
I was gonna say
So I would
It's a good
say-
one.
go pup.
Yo Mama's got a good point. Vector and Vanilla. That's a good one.
I
That's a
would
good
say Sonic and Dr. Robotnik from.
They did kiss a lot in that show. Let's be fair.
They did.
They sure
really
did. Oh, they banged. You know they did.
Oh,
They
God,
to-
dude.
Sonic, right? When he did that drag routine, he took it.
No, he
there.
didn't
Like,
take.
they
He
couldn't
didn't
show
take
that
it
he
there.
did
No,
that.
no. He's the pitcher in that relationship. Don't get it twisted.
No
I mean,
way,
I-
Jose.
Yes.
Like Robotnik's the one with the fingers.
It doesn't, dude.
Look, I'm
overcompensation.
I'm sure there was many a night where you just heard in the back room, "I've got you now, you rotten hedgehog," and then just
I'll pound you
Our
into
hole was
mincemeat,
pretty
you
good.
rotten rodent.
Time for a change of pace.
get a load of this.
Oh,
Sonic's in a jar now. I damn it.
Get a load.
I feel so awkward because like my
hello, I'm in the jar.
you're in there with Sonic now, getting a load of
Hey, what up,
pingus.
Sonic? Let's go.
But I was gonna say like maybe it's just the Adventure 2 fanboy in me, but I think Rouge and Knuckles had a lot of really good chemistry there that I would have liked to see explored like in later
kind of
games.
put-
But
Oh no, I agree.
I kind of put Rouge and Shadow in like a very casual sexual relationship.
I like them as
They get
best
back from a gun
friends.
mission and then they just bang for it.
I'm with that. I like them more as friends.
Platonic.
I like Knuckles and Rouge more as a couple.
I don't see
Friends
Shadow
with
being much of
benefit. Shadow
a
fucks.
sexual creature.
It
I
wastes his
Shadow
time.
fucks.
Shadow the Hedgehog
Yeah.
doesn't
No,
bang.
no.
He fucks.
Hang on.
For God's
Trey, your
sakes.
buddy's here. Your buddy's here.
Oh, my buddy.
Oh yeah.
Hey Emmy,
Yeah,
thanks for
buddy.
being
How's
on
it
the
going,
show.
Emmy?
Hey, I'm glad
so,
you're
okay,
here.
so since we're not monsters, I guess because I do want to actually do shows about this and my show and our show here. As far as Sonic relationships are concerned, I think it's fascinating to explore it. I think that was part of the appeal of the Archie series because they did that quite a bit to different levels of success. And I'm going to be old school because, like I did in my Sally video, I appreciate it because to me that's what a healthy relationship looks like, and it was confident, and they didn't pull any of this like will they won't they kind of a thing.
Mhm.
It was just like they bickered, they argued, and then they were a couple, and then the show ended with them like a good majority of the time they were just a couple, and it was well written and it made sense, and I was happy with it.
I'm just
That's nothing.
seeing I'm just seeing a lot of people in the comments saying that Shadow's asexual. I think no, Shadow is pansexual, but he doesn't see sex as necessarily having a romantic connotation, nor does he like big it up.
He's pansexual.
It's just something he might do as
That's not
You're
what
talking
pansexual
about this
means.
like
That's
it's a
very different
confirmed
thing.
fact in the series.
Yeah, dude. God.
So we know now that Pup's
Shadow
headcanon
is
is Shadow
pansexual.
is pansexual and aromantic.
Shadow's pansexual
Got it.
and aromantic. I mean, he could get romantic, but he's just not at that stage.
He would only get
I wonder where
romantic
you're
with
getting this
Omega. Let's be fair.
No,
I was
no,
thinking
no,
Omega. I was
He's
thinking
built for
Omega.
his pleasure.
Omega's got those fingers. Who knows
The
what
only
those
one
can
can
turn
handle
into?
him.
Jesus Christ.
Omega
Trey, did you?
could literally rip his butthole out with one finger.
And that's
You
part
know,
of
my
the
roommate's
appeal.
probably listening to this at work, and he's just like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, this episode.
SEO.
Espio's
Espio's
non-binary. No one can change mine. He is in a healthy relationship with Vector, and they're raising their baby bee boy. Okay,
I'm also going to straight up say Sonic is also non-binary because, like, Yeah.
Sonic bangs everybody. I'm sorry, he's an
Not
adventure
very
kid.
Non-binary.
he's very comfortable being Lady Sonic. Like, he is 100%.
I think he could
Okay.
also be just gender apathetic at that point.
Omega is destructive sexual.
Okay,
That's
so
a load
I
off
actually
my
had
back.
I had a question.
Ah!
I have a question for Trey, our guest.
We had such a great conversation about music. Oh god.
Okay, so Trey, if you were stranded on a desert island with a jukebox and you could only bring one Sonic soundtrack, which one would you bring?
Oh man, that's tough.
I expect a single correct answer from you.
Honestly,
Me as well.
honestly, considering how like expansive the soundtrack is, oh man, I don't know. I have a couple different answers. I'll start with my first one.
You're only allowed to one. You're only allowed one.
All right, Sonic Adventure 1.
Yes, that is correct.
That's acceptable. I would have gone with Sonic Adventure 2, but that is acceptable.
I would have gone.
I like
Adventure 1 better.
I would have gone with 2 for the variety. Honestly, I like 2.
You don't win the whole cash prize, but you win some of the cash prize.
Yeah, like my.
I would have said Adventure 1 for the variety.
Let the man speak. Let the man speak.
Yeah.
No, you're good. This is y'all's show. I'm just here living in it, in this jar. What up? I just realized that Wayne's tombstone is on my head. I didn't.
I've been having fun in the studio room. It's okay.
But
My
my second choice would have been actually Sonic Generations because it includes a lot. You're only allowed one. No other choice. Only because that one has a lot of remixes from a lot of the Sonic franchise, and it does like have variety as like more of a compilation than anything.
It's got a bit of everything.
Yeah.
It has very much that party feel as well. I feel like Sonic Generations is kind of like, if you're throwing a Sonic party, that's the soundtrack you kind of reach out for first.
Right, yeah, for sure.
It's got the remixes of like old stuff as well as it's got like it has the original versions of some of those other tracks as well. So it's kind of a complete package.
It's got the Sonic CD opening song in it, so it's like automatically good.
True.
Still wanted to mention that I also think that Vector is polyamorous.
God's
Vector's polygonal, confirmed.
He's Polynesian.
Vector would just eat. He'd just eat all of them.
The Chaotix are a polyamorous relationship.
No, not with the bee.
Yeah.
Bee's a
No,
kid.
with the bee. No, with the bee as well.
The bee is a child.
He's a child.
The bee's
bro.
no longer a child. Not after what Vector did to him.
No,
Hey,
no.
moving right
Come
along.
on. Man.
Come on.
All right, no.
No, that one's not. Fictional characters are not. Like, we're no.
No.
Is this normal?
Yes, unfortunately.
It's normal for this podcast. Normal for something else? I'd say it's also pretty normal. Not normal for something you'd put on YouTube, though.
This is normal for what I put on YouTube. Let's be fair. Let's be 100% fair.
So the bee in... Okay, so we're changing it to Archie, Johnny. Okay?
There we go.
He's not
Yeah.
a child after what Archie did to him. There we go.
He is after what Archie did to him.
Yeah, he
I was actually
Like-
thinking Archie Arch, like the fucking character, the redhead.
Okay, so look, he's not a child, but he is brain dead, okay? Oh,
No,
okay,
what?
right.
You need to
Yeah, no,
stop.
you're digging
Joe,
yourself
moving on.
way too deep, pup. You're digging yourself way
Why are we
too
still
deep.
talking about this?
Because
Let's keep going. Trey,
I love being here. Yeah.
Trey.
Yes.
I did want to. We're gonna keep talking about music because we were doing so well, and then we started talking about Sonic sex.
It was a super chat. It's all good.
So I mean, I kind of went off on some people yesterday, while I was streaming the Summer Games Fest because Weezer started playing, and somebody said "poor man's Crush 40," and I just lost it. I just completely lost it, man. Like
How do you?
deeply offended me.
They're completely different. They're completely different. I don't like what they're both bands. Like that's what they're the connection. I do not hear Weezer and think, "Oh, that's Crush 40." Like that's
No.
never ever crossed my mind ever.
That's
Yeah, they
okay.
were around prior too. They were around prior to Crush 40.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like they were like early '90s. I want to say like.
Yeah.
I can't believe that someone actually said that, like unironically, like this is a poor man's Crush 40. Like,
Well, like we had a pretty fun conversation yesterday, and I was actually learning quite a bit of music from you guys just talking about it, like the different genres and stuff that you guys got into because of Sonic music. Do you have anything specifically that inspired you to chase down certain things because of the stuff you listened to in Sonic?
yeah, like there was a point in time whenever I was younger that I wouldn't open up to more like electronica type music or even like New Jack Swing and stuff like that. Like I was very against like anything that resembled pop music, oddly enough, whenever I was like 15, 16. And but like through like not just Sonic music, but like video game music in general, I was, I was listening to it, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Like I love the groove of it. And I was able to just open up, like, of course, like Michael Jackson comes to mind with the Sonic 3 stuff. And
for sure.
as well as Prince. Prince is like so good. And kind of like that, like late 80s to 90s, like kind of like funk and pop and like almost like I think it's like the Chicago sound or whatever, but I'm not sure. But yeah, like honestly, a lot of genres that I am now into were at least like somewhat influenced by just like video game music in general, I guess. Like I know I would not have opened up to like pop music if it wasn't for like even the classic era of Sonic games, and like as well as like other games of that era as well. And it's actually very cool listening to those compositions because they had to work with so little, and it's crazy how lively those sounds or those songs still sound even today. Whenever you have like limitless possibilities with like texturing and layering and stuff like that, like most of the time composers back then only had to work with like 8 or so channels, with maybe like 1 or 2 sample channels, and it's incredible. Like I'm like, they basically made all this music with like a FM synthesizer chip, which is the YM2612 or YM2612 Yamaha, and it's a great sounding chip, but like it's very limiting, and I don't know, that's what I'm more into, where it's like getting into the nitty gritty and the process of it, and kind of
got a music man on here. Yeah, get into it, man.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
Do your thing.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's because I was doing some research because I am purchasing a synthesizer that's based off of the Genesis Yamaha YM 26112, and someone said I could just Google drums and get a million samples. just Google drums.
And thank you for the super chat, Skyhawk.
From Skyhawk, yeah.
And from Channel Pop. God damn it. What are you doing?
I invest in the project. What can I say?
Agent of Chaos. Anyway,
I was just thinking, because like I think the chat wants to hear it. Trey, have you heard of B theory?
Oh, come on! Let the guy talk about music, for God's sake.
I want to hear about music.
No, can you give me like a tiny synopsis of B theory, like a very tiny?
We'll get to B theory
every
later.
episode. No, God. Don't listen to your own time, Trey.
All right. Fair enough.
The chat is God.
No, NinjaCraft says explain B theory. That's it, and you just stay hidden, you garbage ninja.
I'll look it up. God. But
it's not a thing to look up.
No, this is not something you'll find. Basically, it's my theory that the rings are made by magical bees.
Okay.
I don't think this is really stupid.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I was just gonna say, like, perhaps you could.
My faith in humanity was restored.
Why do you keep bringing it up just to have our guests go yes? And not great.
Pup, I do just want to say real quick, Pup, I do love you.
The chat is asking me to, but also
one person in the chat is asking you to.
I was just gonna, that's the entire chat by one person. So, I was just gonna ask you, because you're buds with Emmy Jones, perhaps you could convince her to put B theory in Sonic R.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh God!
I really want to.
Well,
you're done. You're done. You're canceled.
I'll say this.
Let him talk music.
I'll say this though. The entire script of Sonic Tales R has been done for like a couple months. So like everything that we're doing now is
quickly. Just get Ryan back in and have him be like, "Whoa, B rings."
I would hope you guys aren't going to do something silly like just wing it episode by episode Star Wars.
Oh yeah, no. No, it's a very like, I wouldn't say arduous process, but it is a very in-depth process of like every episode and like what goes into it. It's cool. It's definitely something different. Like, because I'm used to someone commissioning me, for example, and they'll be like, "Oh, I want this style of music as my like OC theme or something," and I'll be like, "Yeah, sure, I can do that." And usually, I just have complete creative freedom. But with Sonic Tales R, it's very involved and very communicative, and it's fun. I like it a lot.
Do you think you could do like a cover of a Sonic song using a synthesizer that makes it sound like it's sung by bees?
I will murder you.
But could you?
I'll try to find the sample of the options menu theme from Sonic Spinball, and use that.
That would be amazing. Yes, that's perfect. That's exactly. Okay, how much? How much do I owe you?
Hey, Pop. Hey, Pop. You ever been to like a log cabin?
Briefly.
Yeah,
A New Year's party there.
You know,
yes or no?
I
Yes
ate
or
a
no?
lot of.
You ever seen
No one
like
was
the stuffed
eating the
bears or like the deer heads or something? Stuffing animals. I'm gonna do that to you, except there's gonna be bees. I'm just gonna stuff your corpse with bees.
You guys used to say I was the violent one, and now that Wayne's back from hell.
When you're all over the
Well, that's
place,
a reason why he
you're
was there in
supporting
the
his
first.
chaos, and now you threaten his life. Like you're all over the place, Wayne.
I'll change
Oh,
Yeah,
it. man.
Wayne, like the thing is, like Surus is like a lawful good in this situation, whereas Wayne, you're just fucking chaotic, dude. And that's coming from me. I don't know what
No.
your allegiances are.
So
we do have a
Masked
super chat.
Paradox sends
yeah.
$5 saying, question for Trey. I'm trying to learn guitar, but I struggle with keeping myself dedicated to a routine. What advice do you have to keep a noob on it?
Quit. No, I'm kidding.
Jeez.
I'm kidding. I love guitar. I would never say that to anyone. But I feel like it's best to kind of like pace yourself. Like, what can you do? And a lot of practice can be very boring. I know a lot of people want to jump into, I want to learn this song and I want to play this riff and stuff like that. But like, there's some times where you're just not there. So you, just like with anything else, there's like building blocks and kind of levels that you have to like progress through. Like for example, whenever I started, the first things I knew how to do were to tune my guitar and play Mary Had a Little Lamb. And then the next week I would learn like 3 chords, like G, C, and D. And I feel like there's going to be a point where you will be able to kind of learn a song and pick up techniques from that song. Like, for example, you learn like Eddie Van Halen stuff, like you'll be able to do like tapping and stuff like that, like, but yeah, just pace yourself and just like be very, and learn how to take breaks. I didn't do that. And I was very burnt out very quick.
Bro, starting off with Mary Had a Little Lamb, that's a step up from Smoke on the Water. So good on you.
Oh yeah, that was the following week actually. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Also because I live in Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama for sure.
Of course.
It's a ritual.
For sure.
The
Yeah.
Smoke on the Water for definite.
So like when you're learning, sorry, I want to ask this question. But I do want to address this super chat from Casper.
Yeah, go for it.
Channel Pup lusts for Barry B. Benson cross Jeremy B.
That's the ship you want to go with?
Barry's an adult and B is a child again.
Oh
Either
god.
that or he's a brain dead adult.
And
Either
Jamal,
way, Barry B.
Jamal
Benson.
said, "Need more B theory for this donation." For God's sakes, I hate everyone proving him right. I hate this chaos.
How many times?
You just
How
hate
many
that
times
people
has this happened?
encourage me,
Nick?
don't you?
How many times has this happened? Nick?
I just the humanity keeps letting me down.
Honestly, I will say this: you could just Google guitar samples and get 1 million results. There you go. You don't even need to learn.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Have someone else play the guitar for you.
Well, that reminds me though, because it's been mentioned a couple times. Guitar praise.
Yes. Oh man. Okay. So for
What?
anyone who doesn't know, okay, you don't know. Okay. So
We had a fun chat on Twitter about
I am
this.
not.
Oh my God.
I'm not a musician. That is actually related.
No.
to the
This
first
is
class.
actually well, like it is music related, but you don't really need to be a musician to know what this is. So
Okay.
you know the kind of like notion that there's like a Christian version of everything or a religious version of everything.
Yes.
Oh
Or-
yeah.
Well, there's a Christian version of Guitar Hero called Guitar Phrase, and it's awful.
What?
And
No.
I have it. It is.
He owns it. He
beautiful.
owns it.
Oh yeah, I own it. It's beautiful. Like I'll read the box to you right now. All right, I got it right here.
Man,
All
I'm
right.
gonna look this up and see if
I
my
need to
source
send.
have
I
it.
need to send this to Seth Andrews. I have to.
Okay, so here's the thing. Package contents: CD-ROM, USB guitar controller. Okay, wireless adapter. Requires 4 app batteries, not included. It's compatible with Windows Vista and XP. So good luck trying to run it on a Windows system.
I could just run in a
Wait,
wine
They,
box. Problem
couldn't
solved.
even get this on console. It was like on PC only.
It was PC only. Yeah, it didn't come out for consoles.
Wow.
Kyber, I
Yeah.
have to address at least one person in the chat. Kyber, have you not heard of Christian Sonic?
God's sakes.
I've always said that,
Well-
like. Sorry.
I mean, have you played it? Have you actually played it?
Oh, Guitar Praise?
Yeah.
Yes, this is actually the same box that I had whenever I was a kid. Like we literally played it on like my dad's like 2011 MacBook.
Oh wow!
Man.
Oh, I thought that was like a thrift store find. No, you've had
Nope.
that.
I found it in the attic. We just never got rid of it.
Good lord, man.
It's great. The CD-ROM still works and everything. I'm trying to find a Mac that's actually compatible because it turns out that if you update your Mac past a certain point, I think it's past like Lion, this doesn't work anymore. So it's practically lost media for anyone who doesn't know like how to just like acquire that stuff. And it might work with like Windows XP like emulation or whatever.
Sure.
But I don't know. It's really funny.
You could probably run it on a wine box. That'd probably work.
Probably. Like, I don't know how well that does with like CD-ROMs, or if it reads it correctly.
It can. It's just slow.
What was
Yeah.
What was your first guitar, Trey?
My first guitar was it was just a cheaper like Ibanez acoustic. Nothing too crazy, but it actually was a step up from like anyone who does play guitar will know like the brand First Act, which is like the beginner, like quote unquote beginner friendly guitars, but they're actually pretty awful.
Baby's first guitar.
Yeah, pretty much. But like they're so awful to play, and anytime that I do lessons, I'm like, do not get a First Act. Like I'm begging you, they're not good. But parents are like, oh, but it's $80, and the next step up's like 200. I'm like, please just invest a little bit, like. But yeah, that was my first guitar. Was an Ibanez acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
My first electric guitar was an Epiphone Les Paul.
No way, that was my electric guitar back when I played. I don't play anymore, but like I used to, and I had a very Sunburst Epiphone Les Paul, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
That's the one I had. Sadly, I don't have it because I lived like away from home for a little bit to a music college, and I was kind of like running low on like just payments and whatnot, so I did have to sell it, sadly. But I do have my current guitar, which is the acoustic company Taylor. They made a line of electric guitars, and I was able to grab like the last one from their site. Well, my parents did. It was like a birthday gift for like my 18th birthday, and that's the guitar I've used for all my videos. So that blue guitar you see, like that's even in my profile that you see. That's it's called a Taylor SB2-X, which is very great name. I'm kidding, but
sounds like some kind of camera.
Yeah, it's like
that's rad.
The picture, but yeah, it's a beautiful guitar. I love it. I'm never selling it. Like,
put a picture of my little Epiphone in the Discord chat.
Yeah, please do. I will say, like, collecting instruments is like very expensive. I don't recommend it. People think video games are expensive. Nah, fam.
I did have a kind of a question that I always wondered about, because again, I'm not musically inclined at all. I was once able to do a few things on like a keyboard. That was about it. Mm-hmm. But I can't read music. I don't know how to play or anything like that. Something I was always wondering, when you're practicing in your like early stages for music and stuff like that, is it kind of like learning a language where instead of say in lieu of learning a word, you learn a certain string of notes or maybe just a couple of notes in general, and then you have to repeat those, and then you have to find new ways to like apply those into things?
Yeah, like for me, it was a lot easier. Instead of looking at things like numbers, I looked at chords like they were shapes. So like chords are separated into like letters, like it's from A to G, and then it repeats. And each letter has their own certain like, I guess, like shape to it through the major scale. And that's how I was able to learn. Like the D chord is like a certain shape, the G chord's a certain shape. And that's all like, they're called cowboy chords because they're all like in the first 3 frets, and like country music usually plays those chords a lot. But yeah, I learned it. It was better for me learning it as shapes rather than numbers and like lines and stuff like that. So it's different.
That kind of mirrors the same advice that I've gotten for other things for memorization, because like numbers are generally kind of abstract, whereas shapes are something your mind can attach to.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing. Like, because it becomes second nature. Like, I don't even think about how my fingers like form to the fretboard. Like it's just like I think of it and it just happens. And I think a lot of that is attributed to like, oh, I connect this shape with this letter. So like it's very quick to like do that, instead of being like, okay, I put my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, and then I put the ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B, like stuff like that. So
you're like committing the sound to muscle memory.
Yes.
We do have an.
I just realized if country music was a name, it'd be Wayne.
Be Wayne.
Wait, what?
That's just your name is just it. When I think of country, like the whine of a guitar, like in country, like if I had to put a name on it, it'd be Wayne. It'd be Wayne.
Yeah, be Wayne.
I always thought Dylan would be.
Do I
like
need to just start going by my first name?
How's it going, Wayne?
Wayne.
Wayne, how's it going? Hold
I
on,
would
the Wayne.
literally rather be called by my first name.
Well, we should probably we do have a super chat.
do.
If you guys want to actually talk about Sonic the Hedgehog for me, I do appreciate. I learned a lot just listening to.
Oh yeah,
I love listening to all this stuff here. But if we want to hop onto Sonic just for a little bit here, we did have a super chat from Casper. He says, in all seriousness, question for all of you: if you were in charge of a Sonic the Hedgehog reboot, what would you do, or what would you change, and why?
Ooh.
I feel like we answer this question every week in our own ways, just in conversation.
Yeah, true.
it is a very broad question. I think that just kind of us sharing our 2 cents on the things that we value about the series and the things that we would like to see focused on more often in the future. I think that kind of relates to the answer of that question. Like I like for you, Nick, I'm assuming Sally is a big thing you would like to bring in.
Not as a gameplay mechanic, but as far as like world building is concerned, I've always been a proponent for just giving Sonic's world a name. And I know not everyone likes Mobius, but it's been around. Just give it to him, and just let's have Sally and the Freedom Fighters be there somewhere in the world. I don't need her to be in a relationship with Sonic. I don't think that series should focus on that stuff. But I mean, yeah, that'd be a proponent of like the world building, but like my core focus before anything else is a solid video game. Gameplay is king.
That literally was going to be my deadpan answer. It's just good games.
I hate the fact that I feel like there's a cynical part of me that wants to go, okay, Nick, but you know that one's a reach. I hate that because like I want a good game so badly, and there's so many things.
It's not though. And like I've been debating with other YouTubers, and I said it again. This is again a thing I said on stream, and I knew I was going to have to talk about it all today. Was you know what? No, fuck that. Like I'm tired of mid-level Sonic, and I'll go back to all of them, and we'll talk about why they're good and the bad and all that shit, and on my channel. But like like real talk, just in the moment frustration is like, I'm sorry, but why the fuck is Ratchet and Clank as good as it is when Sonic's way more popular?
All right,
makes no
back
sense.
at it again. Come on, Grandpa, let's get you back to bed.
But I agree. I agree with you though, Nick. Like the reason that I say that like a good game is a stretch isn't because I think it's not possible. It's just because that's been the status quo for so long. I don't see them trying to change that.
You can't.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's like fuck this status quo. Fuck it to death. It's unacceptable, man. It's ridiculous.
I would like to see it change. I desperately would, because what I want is I want Sonic to earn his popularity again instead of just being so popular because of a combination of nostalgia and having such a solid design. I would love for the games to earn it again. Yeah,
and personally, like one thing I would really like to see again is I'm trying to be careful about how I word this. A controlled edge, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Would you even
boy needs sass
potentially?
I think
Can we call it a cool edge?
That's something I would definitely do. Is like make him kind of like the Deadpool of the video game world.
Well, I was wondering.
I wouldn't even go that far. Like it just needs to be less juvenile feeling. I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and it also Deadpool. That's like you're either getting into annoying popular Deadpool or actual comic book like live action movie Deadpool.
Well, I got like a lot of.
I didn't say
genuine
literally
problems.
Make him Deadpool. I literally just said go more in the Deadpool kind of direction where he's a little bit self-referential. He deliberately apes on other things, but kind of has.
That would literally make it a meta era, and I would not be able to contest that point at all.
Yeah, I don't really need that. I just need him to get a little bit of his sassiness back and everything. Like I was watching Billiam. I don't know if you guys are.
Sonic was always meta. literally, like the classic games, a huge part of them was just Sonic in like the
In a very
publicity
small way.
in the
ways,
publicity and stuff. It was always Sonic is, doing this
And-
to the competition. Why can't he be like that nice boy Mario? Those kind of ads.
Well, that's
Well, I think that
that's
wasn't-
not
that was-
part of the
there was-
integral game design, though. Like it's
But
Yeah,
it's
and that's
done
not- and
with
that's-
a false advertisement and make it.
And that wasn't an
part of the game.
integral part of the character. Like point I was getting at was
It
like
couldn't
I was because I was
Not
watching some of Billiam's old videos on the Sonic series, and he was talking about Sonic Generations, and he hit on a note that was like it was something that I hadn't really thought about that hard myself, but he put it in the perfect way. And he was talking about classic Sonic and why he wasn't really vibing with his portrayal. First of all, I don't like that 3D render.
Yeah,
but
Santiago is
he
evil.
was also
He
also,
is.
yeah, he was
is.
saying, why isn't classic Sonic an asshole in that game? He should be.
Yeah, he
Like-
should be.
Sonic is supposed to be like that, and like. Yeah, nah. Well, anyway, now that today's installment of Pup's idea for Sonic gets
Oh
shut
my
down, this franchise needs to change, man. I suggest a change. That's not good. It needs to stay more like it is now.
No,
So
nobody
I think
suggested
that
it
it's
needs
not-
to say more like it is now. That's not.
Yeah,
I feel like
This
there's
is
like a
too
point of like
radical of a
overcorrection.
It's
where
a
it's like-
matter of degrees. It's where like so it's like with the Deadpool thing. The first thing that was said was he should be like the video game version of Deadpool, and then that got
oh god,
and
no.
then that got corrected in a matter of degrees to no, they should lean in that direction. I think with a lot of this stuff, it's like, Pup, your ideas aren't bad. It's a matter of degrees. It's like, do I hand a kid a butter knife to play with? Not that you should do that, but or do I hand him a scalpel? In a matter of degrees, the scalpel
So what I'm
guarantees a
kinda
dead
thinking is,
kid.
What if we had Sonic occasionally name drop other video game characters just to kind of shit on them in the most polite way possible?
I wouldn't.
That's fine.
I wouldn't mind that.
Well, I feel
That's
like
what I meant.
It's
That's what I meant the whole
I mean,
time.
it's okay, but it doesn't really add much.
No, yeah,
I
that's
feel like
what I was getting
like
at.
that shouldn't be like I guess priority. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know. I feel like the biggest problem is just the fact that the Sonic series, as it's been for the past 10 years, has felt very juvenile and very like even when they try to do like deep storytelling, quote unquote, it's just very tonal whiplash from like everything else you see in the game. Like here's the
Yeah.
thing. I don't like the story of Sonic Colors, but at least it knew what it wanted to be from beginning to end. There was no like I couldn't save my buddy and like stuff like that, like
Yeah, we got into that.
Sonic
Yeah,
Lost World.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Sonic
Well, that
Lost
was-
plot.
Yeah.
My kind of angle with this is though, a lot of us, or a lot of people, like the somewhat more blockbustery Sonic storylines and stuff. But at the time they were present, people didn't like that. They were asking for stuff like Sonic Colors. Now we're onto that phase, and now everyone wants something else. If they turn it back, inevitably people are just going to be like, "Oh, it's the same melodramatic crap." I'm kind of trying to kind of
It's-
think with the greater gaming landscape in mind, more so than just Sonic fans here. I kind of feel like
yeah.
the key for Sonic would be to find a way to do that humorous streak or to do that big blockbustery streak, but with a very tongue-in-cheek kind of.
but why
attitude.
is it got to be
balancing.
one or the other?
I think Unleashed is a good middle ground between these things. Like
Unleashed is
I
a
agree.
good middle
as
ground.
much as
Yeah,
as much as I love Adventure 2 and I want that back, if I have to compromise between getting my 06 or Adventure 2 style story, I'll take an Unleashed style story because that's a story that
The thing is, even when Unleashed
I'll
came
finish
out,
later.
people were saying it's too melodramatic.
Wait, they were saying Unleashed was melodramatic?
I don't
People
remember.
were
I
saying
don't
that
remember
Unleashed
that.
was
I don't
melodramatic.
Are they
remember
I
that.
don't
high?
remember that in any of the
I-
reviews.
I just remember
I've been-
The
people-
entire
I've been
conversation was on the
literally-
werehog.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
No, because in anticipation for Sonic Colors Ultimate, I've been watching a lot of old reviews of Sonic Colors. And these are ones from the time the game came out, and they're all saying no more melodramatic storylines or cheesy werehogs or stuff like that. And the fact is, no one ever mentioned that Sonic Unleashed dialed it back a little bit. Because
Well,
Sonic Unleashed still has big dramatic moments.
In
And
those
people
in those
were really
situations,
praising-
man, they're talking about 06, dude. Like that's a
People
separate
were
thing.
really praising Colors, and Colors is also night and day from Sonic
So-
Unleashed.
So my thing
I
is that
don't
I'm not
agree.
so much concerned with what a lot of people say because Sonic is so big and so popular that you have a ton, just an absolute ocean of voices that are all kind of like throwing in their thing. I'm more concerned with just kind of like what are our personal opinions on this or that, or what,
Yeah,
what do
fair.
we as a smaller group
Right.
admire
Yeah, see,
about
I'm
this.
just trying to factor in like the greater kind of landscape. I'm just trying to talk about what I think would be best from a business perspective.
I understand that, and I think that there's definitely value to there as well. I'm just kind of saying, like, in a hypothetical ideal world, it's just like because I remember touching on this last week when we were talking about stories in Sonic games, and I was actually having a conversation on Twitter with somebody today, and I was finally able to articulate what I was trying to say last week. Was so Sonic Mania? What's the plot of that game? I don't know. I don't care though, because that game's not trying to have a complicated story, so I don't hold anything against it. It's when these games try to do something more complicated, and they try to do this, that, or the other, but they suck at it, is where I start having a problem. I'm not going to bring up that one title.
I think I agree with that point though, because it's like when Sonic does that stuff well, we remember it, but when it flops, oh boy, do we remember it.
Yeah, here's where like, you could do anything, just be good at it.
I mean, here's where the comic comes into play, though. I mean, we look at Ian Flynn's work. Like, you look at the Metal Virus, you look at the Mecha Sally arc. Like, that's some really powerful storytelling, but you got to get to a point where you earn it. And I think they could do that. I think if you give a game enough time and it's big enough, or it's like a series, like you can build to a point where if you need stakes, if you need these more dramatic moments between these characters, you can get there. You just got to give it to a good writer. That's literally all you got to do.
I guess,
and it's going to be fine.
An Ian Flynn thing is the safest bet.
It is. I think he kind of
trying to think
screws the landing a lot of the time. Like, and I don't think it's always his fault. Like the editorial, like Sally ended with a reboot, and the Metal Virus ended with Supersonic and Super Silver. Spoilers. Anyone just following along on speed reading, go read the damn comics. But like in terms of, and again, I'm spoiling my own speed reading scripts here, but like what Metal Virus does brilliantly is it makes you want that to be a Sonic game.
Yes.
And that is,
I agree with
people
that.
Underestimate how incredibly complicated that has to be, where that has to come from a fan, where they're like, I want to tell the story, but also, wouldn't this be cool as a mechanic? Wouldn't this be cool as a level?
Right, yeah.
He's putting out a resume for like, here's a script for a game. Is it that writing a script for a game is a completely different beast from a comic or a movie script or anything else? You have all these other aspects you have to focus on. And when you read through the Metal Virus, as jarring as some of those moments get, the fact that you get to the end of it, like, bro, like this would be an amazing mechanic. Like you have to keep speeding. Yeah. Or otherwise you get infected and you can't only, attack enemies in a particular way. And just like the ending where it's like, yeah, the ending kind of sucked, but not in a video game. Sure as shit wouldn't be bad in a video game. You got Super Silver and Super Sonic going around, like, and the entire point is just to clear the world. Like, how satisfying would that be as a mechanic, as opposed? And no, it's not a big final boss. Well, I mean, Zavik would be.
Yeah, actually Mega Zavik was
a
a thing at the end there. Not to mention, there's another thing with it that functions as a game mechanic. The whole idea that Sonic isn't able to touch any of the organic life, he has to stay on the pathways. If you desperately needed to make a Sonic game that keeps him like railroaded the way that he's been, now you've got an actual justification in story. Sonic's railroading because he doesn't want to like literally destroy the freaking world.
Exactly.
I think the thing is, though, for a lot of people, the railroading is a problem, and putting a justification in there isn't going to fix it.
But again, we're living in an ideal world where we're not worried about the incompetence of Sonic Team. We're talking about like we have a decent writer. Like if they treated the rest of the game like they did with that fucking soundtrack and just made everything as good as it could be. Like you got a good writing team that works in conjunction with the development team, so you make a cohesive story that works and compels you to get through the game. That's what a team does. That's why you need everybody working on all cylinders.
It is also just incredibly strange to me that Sega keep going with Pontac and Graf when they've got Ian Flynn just right there.
And he's actively like politely said like, nope, they fucked up here, there, and other things. And like when you listen to us, this is why I keep telling everybody, and it's kind of criminal. Like literally, like we have more subscribers than the guy who writes fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. Like I advocate for him because we need to support the people that give a shit on Sega's payroll.
I will say this though,
because that matters.
Sonic needs his Dave Filoni.
So
yes, yes, Jesus Christ,
so we've
yes.
been on
That's
this question
point.
for 20 minutes. By the way, shall we get on to the next super chat?
Oh yeah, sorry. That one question could fit a whole podcast.
It could. Like, everybody could literally take half an hour each on like what's our ideal Sonic.
Well, we didn't hear from our I mean, again, we we haven't heard from our guest here, Trey. Did you have anything specific you would like to do if you rebooted Sonic the Hedgehog?
I feel like if I was over the reins of how it is now, I would remake Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and then just go from there. Like everything else be retconned and just kind of just make a more cohesive kind of like canon overall through those two stories going forward from a story perspective.
So kind of like what Adventure was originally intending to do then.
Yeah, pretty much, but then it just like got off the rails and whatnot and
and
like all that stuff.
Like that sounds like something I would love to see personally.
Because I like the biggest thing is like the joke I make is like Sonic has a canon, like, and it's hilarious because like does he like does anyone really care about the canon or the canon?
A lot of people do, except for the people making the games. That's the problem.
What's going on with the moon?
Yeah, the moon, like
Sonic X was there. Like that's why I mean, like I was thinking about this. Like I was watching clips of that show. It was like, Joe, they fill in plot holes.
Yeah.
That's what the show is for. Holy shit!
Eggman literally like reconstructed the moon he did it the way that he does Sonic Colors is how he did the moon. He literally did the whole I'm doing this as a way to apologize for my various misdeeds, and I'm like, that's perfect.
It makes sense. It's a transition from how he was at the end of Adventure 2 to how he's like, no, actually, I'm still a dick, but like we're going to transition back into that. They make sense of the two worlds thing.
Yeah.
It actually makes it interesting because Robotnik is from the human world and he had no idea. That's fucking crazy. That would be a fantastic story. And like that's what Sonic X did is like, despite its flaws, because there are shit ton of flaws.
It's not a good show, but it has some amazing ideas.
It's good on paper,
Like I appreciate what you guys in the Adventure era were like so about because it stayed cohesive. Like you had Archie doing its own thing, desperate to try and merge in the adventure stuff, but like when you look at Sonic X, like that is a companion piece to the games, not the other way around. And that's what the comics need to be. That's whatever this new show needs to be. It needs to be a companion piece to expand upon whatever the games are doing.
Yep.
I believe Pups actually touched on like that exact point before.
Yeah.
And actually, as you were saying, we had like another super chat to get back to.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Oh no! Sorry, I'm not trying to. Yeah.
Master Paradox sends another $5. Thank you, Master Paradox, and says you get to hire one musician or band to do the next vocal theme for a Sonic game that hasn't already done work for the franchise before. Who are you picking?
I got my
Jonathan
answer.
Young.
Jonathan Young?
I'd give Jonathan Young.
See, now I'm concerned because I want to agree with Jonathan Young, but I could also raise up Caleb Hiles.
I don't know who any of these people are. I'm sorry.
These are YouTubers. I mean, I just listened last night to Jonathan Young's original album, or like I don't know how many he has, but he did Starship Velociraptor, and it is just hype from start to finish, dude. And like you can hear some like ridiculous 80s synth or hair metal in there, but you also hear like video game like pretty heavy in there. Like listen to Jetpack Race. That sounds like a Sonic song. I'd like to hear from the musician though, honestly.
Just to piss off those like, oh, this is just a budget Weezer. Just to piss you all off. Like fuck you all. Get Weezer on there. But no, I don't know. I'm quick to say myself, but that's selfish. Well, me and Emmy Jones. But if I had to pick like someone separate from like my colleagues, I don't know.
Oh, I've got to pick.
Oh dear.
You go first, and I'll think about it.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh my god.
He did a Pokemon song back in the day.
Tell me it wouldn't work.
I think
wouldn't. Absolutely not. No, never. Absolutely
Hold on, Wayne. I think you're onto something. I think if they have avatar levels, the avatar levels have to have Weird Al music.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
I'm actually with you on that. That would be hilarious.
The whole thing in Sonic Forces was like, if you played as Sonic, you got the Forces soundtrack. If you played as Classic, you got that really butchered attempt at emulating the Sega sound chip. And if you played as the Avatar, you got the Sonic music with the vocals as like, this is the self-referential thing to the fandom. So why not dig the heels even deeper?
And to be fair, it's like, he's not a bad artist or anything. What was that one follow-up cartoon to Phineas and Ferb? Shit, what was the name of it?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Milo.
The one that Doofenshmirtz like
Milo Murphy
converts in.
Yeah, it was the Milo Murphy's Law or something like that. And Weird Al Yankovic not only voiced the main character, but I believe he did the main theme song of that show and did music throughout the whole thing. It's, it's got a little bit of that goofy charm, but I feel like at least for like 1 or 2 songs, you could do something that would fit within that universe. Like make a musician character based off Weird Al.
I
wouldn't hate that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of my answer because like I'm very quick to just go to like my inspirations. But a lot of them, they're not even together anymore. Like if they were still a band, this band called Mute Math, like they're extremely good and they do a lot of alt rock and pop kind of stuff. And they do like a lot of glitchy video game stuff that's textured underneath it. And it's really good stuff. They're no longer a band, sadly, so I can't really say that as a real answer. But if I lived in a perfect world, like that would be the band I would go to.
I want to put an Anamanaguchi, but they do more like NES style chiptune.
Which is good stuff. Stupid good stuff.
Oh yeah, they do incredible stuff. But I love Anamanaguchi. I just don't know. Sonic's the first franchise I think of.
Yeah. They could probably pull it off.
I'm sure they're talented dudes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. With the right application, yeah, they could totally do that.
I mean, they have the energy for Sonic, but yeah, I hear too much.
I feel like the melodies and the chord structures are more pop oriented than like jazz funk, which is I feel like.
Well, that's the thing. I think we have that already with T-Lopes, and I'm so thankful Sega has stumbled across him, has continued to utilize his abilities. That's why I'm concerned. Like we're not seeing anything from anybody else that has gotten nothing but fucking praise in this franchise.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
If we wanted to bring up like another like chiptune artist, I don't know why I can't remember names today, but very well known. He worked on the Shovel Knight and I believe like the Shantae series.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot his name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I love his work. I feel like he could do some good Sonic stuff.
Yeah, Sonic games are just music albums with games attached to them.
Jake Kaufman, that's right. That's correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yo Mama. Did you give an answer already? Or Cirrus, did either of you give an anser?
So I'll let Pup go first.
Sorry. I haven't really put much thought into it, to be honest. And I'm not as much of a music head as I kind of wish I was. But I kind of always thought, like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, if I'm butchering it. And I only know, like, 2 songs by the dude, but I think they would work well for a Sonic game. Lemaitre or Lemaitre or something? It looks French. But he does very electronic music. But it's quite catchy, quite hype feeling, and I think Sonic definitely benefits from very hype electronic music. But to be completely honest, I feel like the signature sounds of Sonic are already kind of defined at this point, and it's either got to be Butt Rock Crush 40 for the modern age or T-Lopes for the classic age,
like that jazzy funk.
Here's the thing I've always found interesting about the butt rock, and I know it's embraced and it's beloved and everything. As a kid at the time, though, it felt very much like this was cool to my parents. Like it feels like this is what my parents think is cool. And I think Unleashed sort of figured it out like a bit too late, because I feel like in the early 2000, 98 going onward, it would have been smart to have Bowling for Soup or like fucking what other pop punk stuff was out there, like.
More like alternative rock type stuff.
Not even,
and like you get like Lost World. It just like we're getting to that era finally. Where it's like, no, these guys are ancient at this point. Like go for Newfound Glory when when they're popular.
Did you cite Lost World for music at one point?
Yeah, they go super hard ska, man. Like it's ridiculous.
I think the in-game music of like the level music of Lost World is great, but I think like the overall theme does not sound like Sonic.
I kind of disagree. Not gonna lie.
I'm with. I think I'm gonna get a little bit of heat here. I don't like the orchestra of any of the Boost games. I think they're trying too hard to be Mario Galaxy, and it doesn't fit with whatever else the soundtrack is doing.
Yeah, so like, I think it needs a rock theme with it if they're going to do that. And the thing with Lost World, they didn't have that at all. Whereas Unleashed, you had Endless Possibilities. Colors, you had Reach for the Stars, which obviously isn't like butt rock. However, like it's
catchy as hell, though.
It's great. It's about as catchy as Polio.
Endless Possibility. I love Endless
which
Possibility.
means we have to.
I hate that song.
You know what, Wayne?
It sounds like what was that one song? Fireflies by
Owl City?
I love that song.
I love that
It
song.
sounds like that to me.
Wayne,
It does sound like that, and that's great.
Wayne,
That's
I
a
understand
good
that
thing.
you spend a lot of your time being objectively wrong, and you're used to that. But when you come here, I need you to course correct.
No, I
will
don't
say-
understand. Wayne's the reasonable one here. What is happening today?
I will say that I did have to there's some stuff that will have to grow on me over time, and the Sonic Colors theme I don't hate as much as I used to. The Sonic Heroes theme song annoys the shit out of me. But like Sonic Unleashed actually. So the orchestral theme that one grew on me too, but I also ended up liking that song more as time went on later as well. I'm weird with music, especially when you start bringing words into it.
You know what,
Yeah.
Wayne? I have the perfect music for you, and I need you to go on YouTube, and I need you to look up the soundtrack for Kezu in Monster Hunter, and just listen to that. It's just
I hate you
it's
so much.
just your style.
Shut the
So
fuck up.
Chowmix
Go listen to Faded Hills.
put a good suggestion out there. Owl City. Like I don't know how you describe that. Trey, you might be able to help me out there. But like, I feel like that was
he's
like the
memeing.
next.
Like what he's doing.
He's
like,
referring to the Fireflies thing.
he's referring to the Colors
Yeah.
theme sounding like Owl City.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. 'cause
like
I was saying I didn't remember who.
Well,
who
it got me
sang it.
thinking though. Like the next step up from like 2000s pop punk was like this more electronica boppy thing, like whatever those fucking guys were doing.
Right.
And I don't know any of those. I don't know any of the band names at all.
Oh,
And I
Cash
don't know if
Cash was the composer for Reach for the Stars.
But
Well,
the
there you go.
composer, or were they the performers? Because oftentimes it's.
I want to
performed by
say
someone
both. I'll try to look it up, but like usually when it comes to the main themes, the people who perform them are the ones who compose them.
See, look, what we can all agree on is that we need a Shadow the Hedgehog sequel, and the theme needs to be done by Korn.
No, Chow Mix is right though. That's what we were saying. They're always a decade behind their guest bands. He's not wrong. Well, that's when they're cheap, dude. That's when they're doing the state
right.
fairs at that point. You know, like.
Right.
And who was popular in 2010s? It's a good question because that's probably what we're going to get next.
It feels so weird
Yeah,
that
that's the
it's
Oh,
point.
like
They
Linkin
had
Park?
fucking-
yeah.
Yeah, they had Hoobastank do Fist Bump,
Hoobastank.
and it's like,
That's
I-
like going way back.
I hate Fist Bump. I hate that song.
I do too.
I
fucking
hate-
hate Fist
Wait,
Bump.
which one is Fist Bump? Is it that stupid song that plays when you team up with Sonic and Sonic Forces?
Yes, it is. And,
Yeah.
God.
and you know what?
I think
The
that
reason
song
why-
is an anthem. I think that's an anthem. of a
No,
song.
the reason why I hate it, it's from a more technical perspective, like singing wise. What they did is that, and this is the one time where I'm pretty sure the composition was made by someone completely different, because they made the instrumental first, and then they had him sing on top of that, and it's in just like it's in a key that's just out of his range to where it sounds awkward. Like he's either yelling or switching to like his like head voice, which sounds super thin.
You need to listen to the
Thing, like,
Jonathan
they
Young
came
version.
up with the-
Listen to the Jonathan Young version of Fist Bump.
Yeah,
It is a
like
vast
singers who
improvement.
like
I would love
singers
to
who have like
hear a
yeah.
Crush 40 cover of Fist Bump, man. Like, where is it?
Well, see, that's my thing. Is like I hate the lyrics, and it sounds like
Oh,
they
the
came up
lyrics.
with a tune first, and then had to come up with the lyrics
Yep.
that match it.
That's literally what happened. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like,
Man, you
The
can
lyrics are
tell
stupid, but,
too.
like,
the standout there is Infinite's theme, and I know it's got
I
its
fucking
detractors,
love
but like
that
that's
theme
the
so
standout.
much.
Unfortunately,
See,
I am.
love Infinite as
I'm
well.
one of the
Like,
detractors of the Infinite theme, but I will fold on that. Not me saying it's a bad song. I just don't care for it.
I
See,
It
for
also,
me, I think, like,
it just, it, god damn it, like that set the tone.
It-
And then
feel
they
like-
got Pontiac and Kraft. God.
yeah,
I feel like Fist Bump and Infinite, though, go hand in hand, because Infinite is the defining edgelord villain.
and
theme.
Fist Bump
You
is the
won't find an
defining
edgier-
friendship theme. It
is.
really
and that's the
is.
thing, like it or not, that
Like,
song is
I-
Friendship the song.
I-
If I type edgy music on Google,
You'll
I
just
guess my
get-
problem,
believe
my problem comes down to is like
Yeah. dude, type in edgy song in YouTube. Infinite is the second result. I
fantastic.
believe it.
I love that actually.
That's amazing.
It's like I will say that I've had a couple of stupid opinions about music on here. I at the end of the day don't take any of them too seriously. One of my favorite
Wayne, I
vocal
fucking hate
tracks in
you.
the entire one of my favorite vocal tracks in the entire Sonic franchise is
You Can Do Anything.
is the opening
Get on with
theme.
it.
It's the opening theme to Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, that's a
It's
great
great!
song.
Dude,
I
it's a good
fucking love
soundtrack.
that song.
Like,
Soundtrack.
That's an incredible
Dumbass
song.
lyrics.
I ended up having
That's
to
good.
I ended up having to integrate the entire Shadow the Hedgehog soundtrack into my streams because I was just like, no, I just miss this music. I hate the game,
It's
but
good.
I love
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
music.
It's a terrible game.
But
I would
The
still go
OST is
so far as
fire.
to say,
I
like,
actually really like it.
I'd say the stage music is a wash, but like the actual like vocal.
I don't
tracks and
even
stuff
agree
on
with
the
that
Shadow
one.
soundtrack
I
are
actually
great.
like the stage music a lot. I'm not even gonna lie.
Just cannot remember one if you told me to think
Lava
of one.
Lava
I couldn't
Shelter.
remember it.
Lava Shelter is wonderful.
I will
And there's
say,
the
like, that
wonderful thing,
was.
I can't remember it.
I can't bring the tunes into my mind immediately, but I did go back to like because it was downloaded onto this modded Xbox that I got a hold of, and I was playing through a couple of levels just to be like, oh god, this shit, I remember this, and I noticed I was like, I don't remember this music, but I like it.
When they're inside the computer, I really like that track in Shadow.
Oh yeah, when they're in
Digital-
Tron
Digital
World.
Circuit. Yeah, Digital Circuit's
Trying to
fucking
find the
great.
computer room.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give a couple of unpopular opinions now.
That's not new.
Number one, which is the more popular one. of the two.
You see the
Would
new
be
cool
that-
Sonic back of the day.
I think the Crush 40 version of Sonic Boom was wasted and should have been used in Sonic Generations as the credits music to give that game a much needed vocal theme.
I could
Because
agree with that.
song is too good to just
Disagree with that.
stick on an album. Like it's just on a little album. Like
They
make it
did
part
a
of the
version
game.
of Sonic.
Yes, Crush 40 did a
Yeah,
version of
yeah,
Sonic
Crush
Boom,
40
and it's great.
Dude, I've
Crush
said it on
40.
Twitter before, and I will say it again. If there's anybody who should do a cover of Sonic Sat AM, you want a perfect merger of franchise like fan bases, get them on the Sonic Sat AM
Oh
theme track.
god,
What I
yeah.
was about to note is that Sonic Boom, the Crush 40 version, encompasses all eras of Sonic. You've got Crush 40 singing for the Dreamcast era, Cash join in on the vocals for the modern era, and then the song is a classic Sonic song, so it would have been perfect for Generations because it would encompass the entire Sonic history in one
Weirdly-
song.
I 100%
Like-
agree with you.
Yeah,
wow.
I don't disagree with that at all. I strangely I use it because it's funny at the end of every video, like the Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. I like the melody of that way more. I just wish they had a.
I just wish
Better,
the
uh,
lyrics were
I
a
mean,
little better.
Sonic CD is just kind of rife with that, like, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, like when you get to the rap part, like the rap rock in any song is trash.
That part sounds
God,
that part
it
sounds
really is.
so awkward when it comes up because it sounds so forced.
They got
Yeah.
rid of it in the
Yeah.
remake, so be happy about that, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, like
so-
the racing games. Holy shit, it sounds so goddamn good.
Mhm.
For the second of my unpopular opinions, I think that for the most part, classic Sonic soundtrack in Sonic Forces is really good.
Like from from a compositional standpoint, I can agree. Like melodies,
Yeah,
those are not bad.
Execution.
It's the instrumentation that kills me. It makes me sad because like you see covers of like the classics like Sonic Forces songs and they use different instrumentation or updated ones,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it sounds so much better. Like so much.
we were
better.
listening to some last night, and they were fucking amazing. And
They were
some of them,
great.
one of them literally was just here's the Genesis sound chip making the
Yeah.
song. That was
The
literally
actual-
it.
Why?
But, like,
you
with
just
the-
hung out last night
The
You just hung out and listened to
Chow
songs.
Mix. Oh god, Chow Mix is the best. Can we
Where is
start a
my
fake
invite?
rumor that Weezer is the next band for Sonic 2022?
Let's do
Dude,
it.
Crush
Let's do
40
it.
is the poor man's Weezer.
I'm gonna post it on Sunset City's Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I will agree. It's like the I think the compositions are fine in those levels. It's just the instruments that they use make it sound like a fucking bootleg.
It really
It
does.
just sounds awful. Like it's so
Only
thin
that,
sounding. Like I don't know. There's a lot of technical jargon that goes into why the Force, like the classic songs and Forces, just didn't work. And it's like a lot of people don't know how to explain it. Basically, I don't know it because the sounds aren't accurate and they aren't even using all 8 of the channels. I feel.
I
And
believe also that the classic compositions were actually composed by the composer of Sonic CD's Japanese soundtrack, which is really interesting.
Makes sense to me.
like that's what I'm saying. Compositionally, it's phenomenal. Like on par with like anything else the series has produced. But like it's just the instrumentation. Like it seems like they just had like a MIDI file and just ran it through a Genesis emulation,
yeah.
and that's the result that you got.
Yeah.
One exception, or two exceptions I will make, is Faded Hills. I don't think you can put it through many instrumentations to make that an interesting song. And same goes for the Robotnik boss music, which sounds like Thomas the Tank Engine's having a fucking midlife crisis.
It sounds like it sounds like a circus.
You know what I hate?
It sounds like a circus.
Pup. So unironically, for those who don't know, over on my streams, there's this meme where Channel Pup will hop into my live chat and then just immediately start going, Cirrus, if I don't hear my favorite song, Faded Hills, I think I will suffer a great depression. I will literally need
have a decline in my mental health.
I will literally need therapy if you do not play Faded Hills. You will be charged the bills for me having to go to my therapist if you don't play it. So I just got to the point where I would have a folder with Faded Hills in it just at the ready for like when Pup hopped in. It's just like, okay, cool. We're just playing Faded Hills. And unfortunately, as a result of that, I now like that song. I don't know how it happened.
Oh, by the way,
I actually like it.
You Stockholm Syndrome Cirrus.
I quickly want to address our
To be fair, that's most of the Sonic fan base is just here from Stockholm Syndrome.
I quickly want to address our audience of 96 people currently. I need to ask you guys a favor. Can you go to the Sunset City Twitter and retweet my post about Weezer doing the music for the 2022 Sonic game and see if we can get this in circulation?
God
if we can get Gamer Guide to do a video on this, we've succeeded.
Restore the Weezer verse.
Guys, I think Nick is dead.
God.
I think Nick is dead.
Restore the Weezer verse.
Holy shit! Oh, I'm sorry. I don't dislike Gamer Guy. I don't.
I love Gamer Guy, but he covers every rumor.
Covers everything.
I'm gonna tag.
I just dropped the post for everybody in the chat, so you can just click it and go tweet.
Holy shit!
Oh,
that was really
funny. My god!
Horrible.
Chalmix, look what you've done. Chalmix, this is your legacy, bro. Like, this is where it begins. Like, not with the YouTube channel, not with the art.
We've got.
I mean,
okay,
to be fair, Chalmix.
7 retweets, 2 tweets.
To be fair, I will say this: I have been paying attention to the Twitter, and there are a lot of people who have been using Chalmix's Sonic Adventure tutorial, and I think that's fucking great.
Yeah, dude, it's been great. It's been awesome watching the Twitter feed. I'm gonna use it myself. But like, it's fantastic, and like when we're not debating each other, like the fan base is. It really and truly is something special.
I say it all the time. Like, you can say whatever you want about the fan base. We're all like, there's a lot of fucking talented people in here. Like, it's insane.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
I'm going to start a Reddit account, by the way, so I can go ahead and leak this new information onto Reddit.
Ooh. hey. I'll create a 4chan one. I got you. All right.
Did you just say you're going to create a 4chan? You know that everybody posts a Xenon on there, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. It's been a while.
Am I the only one here who does 4chan? God damn it.
I think I logged into 4chan like once, and I saw an image that I didn't like, and
you went on to B. That's what you did. You made a mistake.
We're gonna get Chalmix on. We're gonna get. He's been in this chat the whole time. Like, dude, you're coming on the show one of these times. We're gonna be geeking about art, and I fucking miss drawing, dude. Holy shit. But
I've got one karma on my new account.
Hopefully, it's a little bit better than what happened today.
But look at this beautiful disaster we've created. This is Sonic the Hedgehog, Trey. This is what it is.
This is what it is.
All about.
I'm posting it to gaming leaks and rumors.
Sunset City had a rough transition to 3D.
Well, to say that the Sunset City podcast has had its ups and downs would be a big understatement.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
this
man.
has been
What a show.
has been a blast, even with all of the fuck ups and the technical issues.
It's been great. Yeah, it's been incredible.
That's partially thanks to you, Trey. I keep saying it. Like, I mean, we didn't have an outline for what we were going to do today, but it was like, don't worry about it. It's Trey. Like, he chats with everybody. Like, you're the Nightwing of the Sonic community, dude. Like, everybody likes you, and you're part of like every crew. Like, everyone just likes you, dude. Just
Gents,
I try my best.
You guys help me to write this leak because I don't know how to write leaks.
Well, it would have to do it like when we're not like live.
I have stumbled upon a new piece of information.
Wait, write it like a green tech story. Write it like the green tech Sonic Rangers leak.
What is a green text
What
story?
the fuck? How long have you been on the internet to not know what a green text story is?
No, I'm sorry, Sirius. We're not.
We're old.
Yeah, you degenerate. Fucking degenerate.
Wait, is this just another like I'm the only one on 4chan thing? Is that what this is?
Yes,
probably.
I told you,
probably.
I never went back. You don't want to know what I saw.
Okay, according to sources close to production on the upcoming 2022 Sonic game,
I can't believe I'm witnessing this live.
Sonic Rangers.
Hold on.
Weezer
there's a Reddit
will
post
be
claiming Chow
doing-
Gardens and Sonic Rangers. Fantastic.
Pup, I'm gonna.
I hate that name.
Yo Mama, Ninja Craft, and Edward Ender. How do you not know what a green text is? Well, I know they're not Cirrus's friends, but Trey definitely followed you over here. That's for sure.
I mean,
You and your band of degenerates.
I will say that green text is not at the top of my list of verbal shorthand. I'm not entirely familiar with that.
I just dropped examples.
I'm like on
Okay.
the outskirts of it. Like I just know it's like is it just basically an insane story from 4chan in green text? Is it,
the text is green.
The text is green, and the way that it's written is like open world gaming woo. Ubisoft towers with annoying like it's literally like every action.
Oh, it's like bullet point.
It's every action happens in a bullet point, almost like you've entered them into like a whatchamacallit, a RPGs that you used to have to text-based RPGs. There we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
That's what they are. That's what they are. Okay,
Now, kids, if you don't know what a text-based RPG is,
guys, let me explain to you what a mud is.
Nick will explain it because he's the old man here.
That might actually be. It is definitely before my time. What am I talking about?
I think mods are before your time. Multi-user dungeons are old shit.
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't even know what the fuck that term was.
It's literally imagine a bunch of people with Notepad, but the Notepad is a command prompt, and they're all just typing in what shit they're doing and role playing. That's a multi-user dungeon. That's all it is. It's playing D&D on computers before
very
roll
tame way to play out.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the way to dirty talk, but hey, whatever works for you guys.
Damn it! Now I feel old. God, crapping shit.
Well,
I always
hey
feel
guys,
old.
Trey.
Yes.
What are you doing later today?
Later today, I'm premiering my cover on my channel, and later tonight, I actually have a gig, an actual drumming gig that I'm doing downtown. But other than that, not really doing much of anything.
Oh, that's I was trying to get you to promote your shit, dude. That's what I'm trying to get
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I'm also dropping a link to his premiere that's happening because apparently we can do this. Trey's fucking horrible and it's fine.
That's
Go click on that link and wait.
This is why I am friends with popular people, but I'm not popular myself because they know how to promote, and I do not. But yeah, I'm premiering my cover today. So I hope a lot of you are there. I'm really proud of this one. It's pronounced Hydro City, and I will not elaborate. But
there goes your fan base.
Hydrocity's good.
Yeah, there goes. Yeah, I'm ostracizing my non-existent fan base. Half of them are going to leave now.
Oh God. Well,
but yeah, if you want to check out my stuff, I guess I could link my Twitter as well. I'm mainly like a shit poster on there, but I do music on the side. So that's how
Are we all shit posters?
For fuck's sake, if you're not going to promote yourself. So Trey is a fantastic musician. He's got amazing covers of Sonic stuff. That should be a starting point. But like anything good in the world, that should be a starting point. Go explore what else he does. Go explore his other projects with Emmy. I mean, like if you like the backing tracks for Emmy's covers, you like Trey's work. So go support both of them. They are amazing people, and they deserve your attention. And Trey is criminally undersubbed and underrated. So please, for the love of God, if you like music, go get over there. What are you doing?
I appreciate it, Nick. Thank you.
Whatever. Don't ever talk to me again.
Okay, love you too. I feel like this is like that. Like someone's mentioned, like our yin and yang relationship, where it's like I'm very kind of like I wouldn't say like overly
You're
positive.
very positive.
But I am very positive. Yeah,
cheerful man.
And Nick is the very cynical old bastard.
Like I play off all of you in a different way.
It's true.
Like we got Pup's chaotic evil, and we have Trey's lawful good, and I'm just angry at all of it all the time.
And I just don't know what I am anymore.
Neutral. And
chaotic neutral, fine.
by the way, I finished the Reddit post. If you
chaotic neutral. By the way.
So yeah, if you guys want to go upvote that, that would be amazing, guys. Thank you.
I got you.
Drop
There's
that
anything
link.
you should take away from it before the Weezer fake rumor is maybe go support Trey a little bit.
Go
check out his
support the
stuff.
floating jar, everyone.
Literally, seriously, support Trey. He's honestly like a poor man's Weezer, and we love him for it.
You do look. You got the glasses.
Oh no! No!
Yes.
Fucking damn it! I hate it.
Oh yes.
God, I really do. I
He
look
looks
like a
just
Weezer
like
fan.
Buddy Holly.
You know who else makes music, Trey? Weezer.
You know, on the off chance that Weezer does a Sonic song, it's gonna happen.
Make a
God,
petition, if not.
dude, that's
Petition Weezer.
I look like a Weezer fan. Why do I look like a
Okay,
Weezer fan? All Weezer fans
I'm
look the same.
going to change.org right
I
now.
want you to imagine. I want you to imagine a world real quick where the rumor actually gets enough traction where Sega goes, "Hey, that's not a bad idea," and they actually fucking do it. just
Dude, I
imagine
I
that
get those
world.
comments from people. I was like, "Bro, you brought back Hypersonic." Like, I don't think I did, but
boy.
I think it's more just the entire community being like, "Yo, we missed this game, please."
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll say Trey brought Weezer in. That's what we'll do.
Okay. Okay.
And Chow Mix.
Yeah, for sure.
Chow
Oh my
Mix is going
God,
to do
what
the
a great
official
time.
art, and Trey will do the official soundtrack. There you go.
So,
Well, I
like,
don't
we
like
should probably
to,
explain. Sorry, go ahead, Pop.
I was going to say, and while I don't like to platform the far right, we definitely got to have Tom Topics on at some point.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm sorry,
What?
Tom Topics. Do you mean fascist topics?
Who and what is
You mean
Tom Topic?
Literally Hitler?
Just a decent dude, and by the time he gets to the show, everyone's gonna be like, "I can't believe they have actual Hitler Tom Topics here."
I don't understand.
No, literally,
Oh,
the
man.
entire Sonic Tubers Discord server now calls Tom Topics a fascist and stuff. It's brilliant.
Look at the chaos you've ensued. But no,
Jesus
you're the
Christ.
neutral one. That's you. Like we did. I don't know if we actually had news to talk about this week, but did any of you guys actually watch the Sonic portion of the Summer Games Fest yesterday?
I
at work,
was
sadly, I
I
didn't.
was also at work the entire day.
Okay, that's where this Weezer joke is coming from, because they had Weezer come on to do a piece,
Mhm.
and then
Wait, what?
like I explained, yeah, Weezer was on the Summer Games Fest. They just did.
I
they
did
the
see
music-
that. Yeah.
Sonic. Oh, was it not for Sonic?
No, not for Sonic. No, the
We're not that
Sonic
lucky.
thing. And we did mention you in our stream, Pup, because they played the orchestra of Sonic Unleashed. But it was, and I gave you guys props too, because I said like they're not going to do this in a bigger game show, but they did do this. They literally just played a piece, and then they said, "Hey, come check out the rest of this on Sonic's birthday and during a Sonic stream." It was ridiculous.
It
It
was
was
just
fucking ridiculous.
the fucking
Yep.
pre
Like-
show.
And Jeff Keighley, this is a partner. Like, this is somebody, like, they had to go to Sega and be like, "Hey, let's sign contracts and everything." And while he's sucking Kojima's dick whenever he gets the chance, like when he's like flat out like saying like, "Oh, we're gonna have Weezer here," or whatever the heck else he said, he's like, "Oh, and the Sonic Symphony, yes, that's a real thing." Like, just, oh man, like that's what we are in the wider gaming community. Mr. Mountain Dew himself can't even take it seriously. Oh,
He said yes, that's a real thing. Those words came out of his mouth.
that's what you can watch the beginning of the stream. It's less than a couple minutes in, where he's just explaining what we're gonna have for the Summer Games Fest for the show, and that's literally what he said.
Nick, I need
Yep.
rest.
You need what?
I need rest. I'm
Oh,
tired.
you need. Yeah, that's fair.
I think
fair.
we're all tired.
You're not allowed.
Oh no.
Okay.
So is it just that we're just at the point where you just have to say you fucking hate Sonic? Is that what's happening?
I think I fucking hate Sonic.
I've been at that point for like years. I don't know where y'all been.
I love Sonic.
Ew.
Oh God.
Thank you, Pop.
absolute butt of his.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
God.
Glad to be here today. This was great.
Yeah, Trey, it's been fantastic having you on, man, and you should definitely come on back because I think we were all ready to just be done with the show by the time the show started, but this has turned out to be a fun time.
Yeah. How about this? I'm in the jar. Chow Mix is in the atom box. Boom. We're both both in the middle.
We just keep containing our guests into different weird.
so yeah, the next person will be.
Is it a Scoopstone?
We're just gonna keep it as a
You can
collection
bet that.
piece.
Someday soon, it will be Chow Mix on the casting couch of Sunset City.
Oh,
God.
Wait, is he going to be on the casting
And
couch?
we will cover him in white wisps.
Are we?
We will circle jerk that man.
So wait, are we going to be bringing him to the casting couch in a fake taxi, or what?
Oh my God, dude.
Whatever's
Good
easiest
Lord.
to
Oh my
do.
God.
A crazy taxi. Hey.
Hey.
what is wrong with us?
Everything.
Dude,
Guys,
we like Sonic. That's all that's wrong with us.
it is time to set the sun on this gargantuan disaster of a
I've
show.
linked the rumor many times, guys. Just scroll up.
Just scroll up. Just go find it. Oh man. All right. Yeah, let's wrap it up. We've been going for a while here and we all got things to do today. And in an hour's time, be sure you are on Trey's channel for the premiere of his Hydrosity cover.
And if you've not subscribed, to Trey, if you check the video description after refreshing the page, you will see the link to his channel in there. Because despite the fact that I asked all of these people to maybe do it, and even Nick said he would, he didn't do it.
I didn't know what I was doing, and we just started talking, so it's whatever. It's fine. But yeah, if you want to follow Trey, get over there, follow him there. If you want to follow any of us, if you found this show before any of us, these insane hosts, well, I mean, we all do stuff on the YouTubes, and we're all pretty okay at it at this point. You got Pup at Channel Pup. You got me at Game Apologist. You got Surus at Neko Surus and Surus the Skeptic. And you got Wayne at Wayne is Boss. So be sure you follow us in all the silly antics we are doing. I promise you want to be sticking around my stuff next week because we got a lot of stuff for the birthday boy. Any of you guys working on anything you want to be throwing out there?
Yes.
You want to talk about it, Wayne?
I started doing a retrospective of the Zelda series. Yesterday, I released my review of the first Zelda game. I accidentally made it go up at the exact same time that the Game Fest went live, and that video is having a hard time. So, check it out.
Check that out. Yeah.
I agree with
For
that.
sure.
Go check out. I watched it early because I pay Wayne money because I want to watch this stuff earlier. Anyway, go watch it. It's a good fucking video. Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Pup?
Okay. So
Panel shop.
yeah, I'm making videos. I hope you guys will go and consider watching them. I put a lot of effort in sometimes.
Maybe
And
very vague about it.
I do have a Sonic Unleashed live stream series quite current right now. So you guys might like that. So keep an eye out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, Trey, thanks for having us on here. The rest of you, I guess we just exist with each other still.
I was gonna shout my stuff out, but that's okay, Nick. I don't need to do that.
Okay, fine.
Whoa, some drama. Oh, shoot.
Tourist is lactating.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
So episode in about 2 days, episode 7 of the Anime Exposed series is coming out for people who have been following.
Oh, God, is that still going?
Not only is it still going, Wayne, Little Light Studios has requested to meet me in person, and in that video, I actively tell them no. In person, they're a state away from me, and they're just like, "Hey, we should meet up sometime," and I'm just like, no. So not only is it episode 7,
we don't want a second Tombstone in the studio here, man.
not only. Is it the 7th episode in that series, and there are many more to come because holy crap, there's a lot to talk about. In that video, also there is an interaction between me and the studio in some way, so that's a thing to look forward to for those who've been following that madness.
Heck yeah, cool.
Definitely check it out. It is a fascinating shit show.
Yeah. All right. Well, there is that. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of Sunset City. And yeah, be sure you share it with your friends and keep interacting with us. We all have Twitter, we all have YouTube, and we all appreciate you guys spending time with us. So until next time, toot you fucking bee fuckers. I don't know.
I like rain.